Good afternoon. It is April 17th, 2024. And, what started as a downtrend day, it looks like we got about, let's say here, I'll just move this to the right because the closing price from yesterday is pretty much what we have. So we got more than a 50% correction, but now we're trying to close lower. We got about 45 minutes until market closes. I think, do I have the daily chart up? Okay, so looking like another bearish bar. But anyway, let's take a look at these trades. So, I was looking for a measured move up after we bounced at the measured move down. But, there's some signs that this wasn't quite strong enough to go directly up. Doji here, not a great bull bar here, bearish bar here. But it ended up getting there, so it really doesn't matter. We get some sideways stuff here, and I did feel like this could potentially reverse and go down, but if you are still looking for that measured move and you get this higher low, big bullish bar, I think it's worth considering that. Look to take profits up here, maybe scalp a little bit and take the rest of your profits up here. That's what most people did, and this kind of just has the feel. This stuff has the feel of like a textbook reversal. I mean, it could break higher and make a measured move up, but this pretty much, it was just textbook reversal. So I don't really know how to explain it other than that. When you watch the chart for years, you get a feel for it. But anyway, we get this strong bear leg down. It reverses. Then you get a second entry, 5-tick signal bar. There's a chance you could be catching a top up here, so I think this is worth it. When it goes sideways, I don't think you want to take this one, but then you get this lower high, big bearish bar. Again, there's a chance you're catching a top. I think it's worth it. Both of those are good enough for scalps. Then we come up here, and that's the second entry short. And you might want to consider that. And then finally, we test the breakout area, and you get this double bottom, first entry, second entry, no signal bar, lower high, nice bearish bar, take that. Then you get a failed second entry long, take that. You can see prices responding to the EMA. Boom, second entry short, take that one. And then we get a pullback, and you get the second entry short. I think it's an inside bar. That's probably why. Okay, no, it's not an inside bar. So, why did I mark this green? Well, I mean, you're just kind of in the middle of this range. You could argue for this one to be green too, but I didn't mark it green. So either one of those, kind of green. Also, this one looks like you could get a second leg up. So I looked at this as a spike and channel down, and I was looking at this khaki channel at first. I ended up playing a steeper channel, but I don't think you want to take this second entry short because all this sideways stuff, and we just had that big rally. I don't think you want to go long in here because we're making lower highs and lower lows. These shorts are pretty tempting here. Maybe you look at that. I just think that the bulls are, the bulls are present, and so I think you just gotta wait, see what happens, see what the price action is telling you. Boom, big sell off right to the measured move. So this is a sell climax, obviously. But why? It's a sell climax, but it's right to this measure move. So I did actually want this to extend to there. So you got to be careful here. And maybe you consider, I don't know, maybe you consider that one. 2 consecutive higher lows. That's pretty aggressive though. Come up here, you get a buy climax, and then boom, some sideways stuff, lower high, confirming that channel. Maybe you consider that one. And then you get a failed second entry long right here. That's also a second entry short. And moves down. Come here, we get a second entry short right here. I marked this green because you're going into the measured move. So you got to be careful, especially because this price action here is choppy, sideways stuff. And then you get a very strong sell climax. And here's where I wanted to talk about how Al Brooks says to sell a breakout. I mean, you can sell at any time, but what he says is that it's very hard if you structure your trade correctly. It's very hard to lose money. And I can use both of these breakouts, sell climaxes as an example. So let's say you sold the lowest big bear close here. That's about 50, 70, 25. It goes right back up, and you're like, usually it's going to test that low. You're like, dang, I gotta get out of this. After this bull bar, you're like, I gotta get out of this. If you scale in at 72.25, now your break even is at 71.25. And look, it comes right there. And you can see that's probably what a lot of people did. And they took profits and closed out of their trades. And that's probably what made the this tail on this bar, but then they sold off. So here, same thing. I mean, you probably wouldn't sell the close of that bar. So the people who got trapped into selling the close of this bar, yeah, you can see that right there. That's perfect. So look, they sell the close of that bar, 81.75, and you get this buy climax. They sell more right here. It drops down and comes right to break even before they all exit, and that is a textbook trap right there. So I think if you see all that, then this green arrow, I was hesitant to mark that, but now that I'm looking at it, if you see all that, boom, that's a good trade. So anyway, that's why selling breakout is just, the odds are so good for you to make money. Maybe you look at this as a double bottom, first entry, second entry, then you get a lower high, big bearish bar, and that works out. Looks like it's going to go further, but we're just going sideways here, unfortunately. Then you get a second entry, lower high, boom, big sell-off. And yeah, by the way, this sell-off right here, we corrected to 50%. Same thing right here, big sell-off, we correct to 50%. I guess technically you could take this failure, but it's such a big bar. And then what's the potential reward? 61.50. So you got about 3 points of profit you could take if you get down to the lows of that. Anyway, we continue lower though, and get a failure right there, but you're going into support. I don't think that's what you want to do. And we get this slight overshoot of this larger channel here. Slight overshoot, and then it forms a spike and channel up. And so I'm not looking to buy just yet. But it keeps going higher. We get a break of this channel. You get this buy climax here that creates an overshoot, and the bears aren't really able to get anything of that. So this is where I put it's a failed climactic reversal. So does that mean they're strong bulls? Well, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that there might be people buying down here, but I wouldn't be for the most part. But then you get, after all that, we make a new high, and you get a second entry long off of the trend channel. I think that's probably safe to take. I think that's a high probability entry. And you get this, like, find support right there, or resistance right there, sell off, 2 legs of correction, boom, another buy climax, another buy climax. Look at how fatigued the bulls are here, though. You know, look at all these buy climaxes, boom, boom, but look at these shrinking bodies and tails, and then, so we just go sideways for a little bit, but then, boom, you get another one. So nothing's perfect. You know, the bears couldn't break lower. Look at all these strong moves. And that's what they did, is they took it higher, probably a measured move, a little higher than a measured move. And they trapped some bulls. And so you get this bull breakout. It's not the setup is really good here, but I feel like the evidence isn't as great. We do have, you know, a small bull bar here, you know, stem on this one, stem on this one, a lot of stem on this one. At the measure move, people took profits. But I like this lower high. I think over here, it just kind of looks like it stalls. So on the 6,500 tick chart, I like this one. And, you know, look at that. That's a lot of reward. Pretty low risk too. So I think you want to consider that at least. Because, and it's also because this looks like an uptrend that played out. You know, this is clearly the strongest move in the correction up. And it looks like we just came, bounced at the measured move to the low side. And that's where we're at right now. So I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.